Hi everyone. In this short talk, I'm going to discuss an important issue. It's real world practices that needed to improve English communication skills for Arab students. From my long experience in teaching English as a foreign language to Arab students, I can say that there are different challenges that these students face. Among these challenges, pronunciation issues. Students in the Arab world have difficulty with their English sounds, especially the ones that are not present in Arabic. They also have some problems with grammar because of the grammatical differences between the two languages when we are talking about the word order, the verb tenses, and article usage. Another issue is related to the gaps in terms of vocabulary. Arabic language sometimes doesn't provide exact or appropriate equivalent for the English expressions, especially if we are talking about the idiomatic expression. One of the biggest issues is the lack of exposure. Students don't have enough chance to practice the language outside the class, and even inside the class, sometimes they don't have enough time. So their fluency is limited, and also their confidence is not high enough. Cultural differences is one of the biggest issues, especially when we are talking about the non-verbal communication, eye contact, body language. Sometimes it's misunderstood. They are misunderstood by the Arab learners because they have different interpretation in different cultures. Even the concept of collectivism and individualism. The Arab culture focuses and encourages the concept of collectivism and identity harmony. But in the Western culture, they focus more on the individual achievement. Another challenge is the writing challenges. When we are talking about the structure of the sentence, the paragraph, organization, and other issues related to writing. The last issue, from my own point of view, is the students' fear of making mistakes. Some students don't have enough confidence to speak in front of others, so they have some fear of making mistakes. This leads to less practice and slower language development. My approach in this paper lies in using blended learning approach, and I mean by that approach that combines the strength of traditional classroom instruction and the flexibility and engagement offered by interactive digital resources. So two main components. The first one is the traditional classroom instruction, and the second one is the interactive digital resources. For the first one, the classroom instruction, we need to revise the curriculum. The curriculum which is offered to students in the Arab world needs to be revised. It must emphasize the practical use of the English language through activities that mimic real life interaction, like a job interview, social gathering, customer service scenarios. The second point is the interactive activities. We need to use group discussions, presentation, problem solving activities. The second point related to the digital resources, online platforms, and pronunciation conversation practice platforms. We must encourage students to use the online platforms like Quizlet, like Duolingo. They actually encourage the vocabulary and the grammar in addition to memorization and review. For the pronunciation and the conversation practice, we can find different platforms like the platform of Pronunciation Power, the platform of the English Central. Students, they have a chance when they use these platforms to record themselves speaking and receive feedback on the accuracy of their pronunciation. Real world practice. When we talk about the real world practice, we talk about four important points. The first one, language labs. Students can have access to language learning tools, and in this way they can engage in practice sessions. Conversation clubs. Such a platform encourage students to have practice, which is informal, yes, but it's also structured in a social setting. So students participate in weekly conversation club to discuss various topics. The third point related to the virtual conversation. This could happen by using tools like Zoom. Students connect with native speakers or other learners globally. The last one is the Google Classroom, which is encouraged to be used by teachers to share resources, track progress, and also provide feedback. For my approach, there are some pros and cons. Among the pros, effective integration of real-world practice, utilizing platforms like Quizlet, adaptability to cultural linguistic barriers. For the cons, such approach requires substantial investment in both technology and teacher training. And we will find some other challenges in acquiring and maintaining digital resources. Another con related to the cultural and first language interference. The last one is the complexity of implementation, particularly if we are talking about environments that are under-resourced. So I have some last suggestions for teachers who teach Arab students English as a foreign language. Please invest in professional development. Please include specific activities that focus on overcoming the common language, first language interference. Please utilize the digital tools, utilize peer learning. Thank you very much for listening.